Fans of San Diego FC staged a protest during the national anthem. It was done by Frontera, the leading supporters group to protest this.
Why aren't you nice to people? Are you so mean and ugly? What are your children going to think of you? What are your children going to think of you after? What are they going to think of you? What are your children going to think of you? Do you have children? Can you have children? Are you impotent? Are you impotent? Can you? That's not your path. That is not your path.
Because let's be real, it hasn't stopped. Whatever Tom Homan or anyone else wants to say.
Love you, brother.
We're coming, Jim.
Keith Porter is laid to rest because of the violence from ICE.
We saw one room of men where there are 55 people in there in a room I would not put more than a dozen or 15 people in. They said it could actually fit more, but people were just shoulder to shoulder, and they sleep there on the ground with those aluminum blankets you've seen. And the minute that we got in and started being able to look around, all of the men began to gesture to us that they needed a shower. There's no shower. So theoretically, they're not supposed to be in there for more than 3 days, but there were people telling us through the window that they'd been there for 5 days, 6 days, or 7 days, and to be packed in with 55 people, one toilet, and no showers is just not a healthy sanitary situation for anybody within this system.
The inhumane conditions on behalf of DHS.
So I just, a few minutes ago, I left Dilley, and let me start with the most alarming thing. They are hiding the pregnant women from me. There apparently are about 8 women who are pregnant in Dilley right now, including one that was 8 months pregnant, that is 8 months pregnant, and is almost ready to give birth. So she's so far along that they can't fly her out and deport her. So this morning, they sent all 8 of these women to an OBGYN in Laredo and claimed that it's the doctors that set the schedule and so forth. There is another woman who is said to have had a lot of bleeding, a pregnant woman, who's 3 months along and may be miscarrying. And this is information that we're receiving either from other women who are in the facility that know these women, or from family members who have expressed alarm. So they fear, these other folks, the other people that are being detained, that the women are being kept hidden. They released Juan Nicolas, the young baby, 2-month-old baby that had spent about 3 weeks of his life at Dilley. They released him even though his mom said he had bronchitis. They abandoned he and his mom across the border in Mexico. And only thanks to the generosity of so many Americans was his family able to afford to go to a hotel and make sure that The baby was able to see a doctor. The people at this facility said that because of the uproar about what happened to Juan Nicolas, because you spoke up, because you reached out, that DHS is now scrambling and basically in a panic trying to figure out what happened with that case. And so this case of dumping a baby with bronchitis across the border has really infuriated a lot of people in America. But the situation they're in now is also, for many of them, dangerous and creating this depression and despondence. And let me give you a few stories about why I say that. Stories like this confirm my suspicion that the facility is there, but the treatment isn't. That people aren't actually getting the treatment that they need, and that it's just a front by Core Civic. Core Civic is a company whose market cap is $1.8 billion, I think. It's multi-billion dollars. Its largest shareholder is BlackRock. So Larry Fink and BlackRock. And my wish, hearing these stories and thinking about all the money that it makes for BlackRock and for Larry Fink and others, my challenge to Mr. Fink and to BlackRock and others who own shares in Core Civic would be to actually go in there and look at these facilities for yourself and listen to these stories and how the people in these facilities are treated, most of whom have not committed any crime, many of whom are young children. This young girl that has been in constant pain, being denied treatment in a facility owned by a company that you own, at least a part of, that is making you money.
Congressman Joaquin Castro spoke on the conditions he took in from Dilley. For San Diego, they did their part. Via Sport Bible, the national anthem was belted up by a female singer pre-match, and while plenty observed and cheered the final note as fireworks were set off, sections in the stands elected to turn their backs and face away from the pitch. They also report in July, the Ultras group unveiled tifos, which also made statements about the ongoing situation. One read, "We stay, we stand, we all belong," while another said, "No borders within our hearts." Locally, nurses demonstrated at several hospitals, calling for the abolition of ICE, which they say is necessary for the health and safety of their patients and of local communities, reports Dan Labatz. ICE agents have beaten and gassed both immigrants and their supporters, plus they killed nurse Alex Preddy and also Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYTSports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.